Alright, welcome back, everybody. Sarcasm Speaks. It's Jared and Bob coming at you, and I'm going to turn the floor over to you for your...
Yeah, you want to get that figured out?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Well,
I'm pulling a Vinny.
I would just like to express my gratitude that I now have a new cause for traffic, and it's the wind.
Oh, good.
The wind is causing traffic.
Good.
Now, in fairness, the wind is blowing my car all over the fucking highway right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gusting.
Pretty high.
I know it's like a constant 20, but gusts have got to be 40.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I've never driven and had my car just like blown off the fucking highway.
Yeah.
So, therefore, other cars are experiencing the same thing. And so today's traffic getting over here, which I don't even know how long it took me, but we're probably talking a grand total of 4 minutes of traffic.
Yeah.
My commute was inconvenienced by 4 minutes.
An extra 4 whole minutes.
4 whole minutes. I can never have those 4 minutes back. You know what my hourly rate is? And if you divide that by 4 minutes, I'm still a huge cunt.
Yes.
But, my God, wind. Wind causes traffic now.
Yeah. Well, the rain got us yesterday. So normally it takes me anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour to get home from Boston. And yesterday it was raining, and it took me, I think, a little bit more than an hour and a half. Like I probably somewhere around an hour 35, an hour 40 just to get home.
But like I think we kind of know people are cocksuckers and don't know how to drive in the rain.
No, yeah. I mean,
I will
people
say,
are just dumb.
Despite Boston being the windiest city in the United States, which is still a mind-blowing stat,
Yeah.
this is fucking excessive.
Oh, dude, it's not Chicago.
It's not Chicago. Chicago's not even second.
Yeah, I know. What was Chicago, like 6th
I don't know.
when we looked it up?
I don't even remember.
Yeah. I don't know either. Chicago sucks.
I thought you liked Chicago.
Yeah, I do like Chicago, but it still sucks.
What part sucks about it? I mean, the South Side, obviously.
Well, I mean, outside of that, that's really it.
Having to watch the sports teams.
The White Sox.
Sorry, Nikos.
The Bears.
He's not listening.
Yeah. The Cubs. Well, I don't know if the Cubs are any good still.
Their team batting average at one point this year was like 168.
Good. Yeah. So
and not for like,
add the Cubs to that list.
Not for like a 3-game stretch, like for the season. That's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, you got to try to be that bad.
Yeah, it's like
as a professional baseball player.
It's almost more work to be that bad. It's like when I tell these kids, like, oh, someone failed a test. I'm like, yeah, well, you have to try to fail a test.
Yeah.
Or you just do. It's really failing a class. Yes. Failing a class.
Yeah.
You have to intentionally do nothing.
Right. To fail a class.
Yeah. D's, though. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, they happen. But like
to get
in general,
an F.
And obviously I don't teach anymore. Well, I'm technically not a teacher anyway. So I'm not a teacher anymore. But even when I was teaching at Bridgewater, I was like, listen, man, I don't want to fail you. So like, give me this one thing. I forget what class. I failed someone in an activity class once. I forget whether it was like golf or football or frisbee. I don't know. I taught a bunch of random activity courses. But like, let's say it was football. I failed a kid in football, in flag football, at Bridgewater State because he didn't show up to class. And now in my normal mainstream classes, I don't take attendance. I don't really give a shit. I did with the lab courses because it's a lab.
Yeah.
So in special circumstances, yeah. And one of those is an activity course. If you've never been to college, you don't know how it works. You take an activity course. It's a 1-credit class, and it only meets for half of a semester.
The only thing you have to do for these classes is show up.
So
there's no work.
Your grade and also it's flag football in college. And it's no restrictions, like it has to be this person. It's anybody can fucking sign up. So all you literally had to do in that class for me was show up. I didn't care if you showed up and, maybe jogged a couple routes and then stood on the sideline. Like as long as you were there and made effort to show up, you were good. And then I was required to give a final exam because for some reason every class is a final exam. So I gave a 10-question multiple choice test at the end of the semester as my final exam, and it was a fucking joke. I think one of the questions was, what does the NFL stand for? So that's what you're dealing with here.
Ooh, it's the no fun league.
I had a student in danger of failing that class, and I was like, hey man, I don't want to fail you for this activity course. So, because he missed a lot of classes, and I think, he might have missed the final exam. So I go, instead, I want you to write, I think I said a 500-word essay on any topic in football. And I gave him some examples. I said it could be your favorite player's biography, the history of a particular rule in the sport, a team's particular history. You know what 500 words is? It's like less than a page. It's not a lot of words. So I go, all you have to do is get me this 500-word essay on literally anything in football, and I will give you a C. And he didn't send it.
Yeah, of course not.
So I failed him. You failed flag football because you're fucking lazy.
Yep. I don't even know why you bothered signing up.
Yeah. So for that example, yes, you have to try and fail the class because especially I can't speak for everybody, but for me in particular, I don't want to fail anyone. So I will give you as many opportunities to pass the class as possible.
Must have been the teacher's fault.
Yeah. It was definitely my fault.
Do we need to close this shade?
Oh yeah, probably. Shit. Well, here we go.
This should be pretty good. I might narrate this and see how exactly he's going to pull this one off.
Well, first, I got stuck on that shit.
Well, yeah, so we're already off to a roaring start there. Actually, do you just want me to get this one? Because I'm on this side?
I mean, that would be nice.
It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to get it.
All right.
You got that?
Oh, yeah, I fucking got it.
Fucking A.
Oh, that looks way better.
We're not a silhouette anymore?
Yeah, now when I go
Silhouette show?
for this episode, I'm going to go and look on the YouTube statistics, and it's going to be like the average view duration is like, what was that? Like 6 minutes. Like less than 6 minutes.
Because it's big. I'm not watching silhouettes.
Because people are going to start the first like 5 or 6 minutes and be like, what the fuck? I can't see them.
We should title this, We Won't Be Silhouettes the Whole Time.
Yeah. Please don't turn off the video. Whoops.
We won't be silhouettes the whole time. Or maybe we will. I don't know. I'm not a mind reader.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got a pretty good camera. So it's pretty good at like balancing light and shit like that. I don't know camera terms. I just know it's a good one.
Yeah, you're just saying random words and things.
Absolutely, yeah.
I love it.
It's what I do all the time.
I love it.
All right. Well, now I gotta re-maneuver this thing. I got some bad news. Some real bad news actually. You know, this one. The year of 2020 was COVID.
That was pretty awesome. I actually really enjoyed last year.
You know, it really crushed everything. Pretty much.
Do you remember watching Tetris on TV?
Vaguely, yeah. I
On
remember
the
watching.
Ocho?
Well, I remember watching marble racing.
Yeah, everyone remembers marble racing.
Yeah.
But on the Ocho, someone was talking about Tetris, and then like all of a sudden it just like hit me. Like all of a sudden, like I saw the light, like fucking Jesus started walking towards me or something. And I go, oh my God, I watched Tetris on TV.
Yeah.
Around this time last year. Probably like a month ago last year.
Yeah.
Tetris on TV. And it was fucking insane. Like the way that these people played Tetris was fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah. I think I remember that now.
It's like speed Tetris. I don't know if that's any different or if they're just really good at it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was wild. There was a lot of random shit. I'm trying to think of the other random sports. I think the first sport to come back was cornhole. Because they did the cornhole tournaments and everyone was wearing a mask during the championship, like whatever
We probably sat there being like, look how stupid this is.
Yeah.
Fast forward a year.
I know. I'd have to go back and look. We definitely did a whole episode on the extra sports from the Ocho.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I could Google it, but I don't want to. So anyway, COVID, kind of put a big damper on the summer of 2020. So all you people that are out there like, oh yeah, summer 2021, this is going to be my summer. 2021 summer is all about me.
It's like we're getting a not a New Year's resolution, but like a summer resolution.
Yeah. Everyone's like, you know what? Last summer I stayed inside and I never got any sunlight. This summer I'm going to be on the beach every day. This summer, you know what? I'm going to get a pool.
I'm not going to do what you guys want me to do. I'm going to do me. This summer is going to be about
This summer, I'm going to get a pool, and I'm going to sit by it all day long, and I'm not going to have to deal with the bullshit of going to the beach because the pool is the best place to be in the summertime. Oh, wait a second.
You can't buy a pool for like 5 years?
No, you're not, because the United States is entering into the biggest shortage of chlorine in the history of the country. Now, I don't know about you, but that line seems very deceiving to me because I feel like pools haven't been around since like the Civil War. So therefore, like, how much chlorine did we have in like 1777 versus
Is chlorine
now?
manufactured, or is that on the periodic table?
So chlorine naturally is a gas. I think what we put in, we call it chlorine or chloride. No, chloride is the ion version.
Yeah, let's go biology, nerd.
No, that's technically chemistry, but
Yeah, same thing, nerd.
yeah, it might as well be.
Riddle me elements, nerd.
So chlorine is naturally a gas. I think what we put in pools is chlorine. It's some salt. It's a chlorine salt. I don't know if it's like chlorine dioxide or fucking. I have no fucking idea what it is, but it's not like natural regular chlorine. Obviously, like I said, that's a gas, and it's also very toxic. So, yeah, here we go. The headline here from CNBC: a major chlorine shortage is set to spoil summertime fun in the swimming pool. So, as homeowners start to prep swimming pools for the season, they will face a widespread chlorine shortage. In some parts of the country, pool supply stores have imposed quantity restrictions. In other areas, prices for chlorine tablets have already doubled from last year. Wow. A pandemic swimming pool boom created higher demand for chlorine. Then, a major chemical plant fire in Louisiana knocked off some of the production offline, resulting in a massive shortage. So, the largest shortage of chlorine in the history of the United States, which is highly contested. It's a highly contested statement. But
I mean, yeah, it's a poor headline, but since we've needed chlorine, it's got to be the least amount of chlorine we've had.
yeah. So, be prepared for that. So all you people that think you're just going to sit by the pool all year, not so fast. Either that or they're just going to say fuck it and not put chlorine in the pool.
That should go well.
Yeah, it usually goes well,
Yeah,
right?
that nice like film of fucking green slime.
Yeah. Grow some algae. Turn your pool into a chemistry project. Or I guess that would be biology.
Yeah, let's go, nerd. Tell me.
Oh, this is awesome. This article goes through and they talk to a guy who works in the pool business. So they're talking to this one guy, whatever, and it goes, his pool maintenance business, Ask the Pool Guy, services 1,000 customers near Howell, Michigan. He's worked in the industry for 34 years, and this is the first time he's stockpiling on chlorine. Oh.
Yeah, it was just like one of those things. Everyone's home. Like, oh, yeah, know what I'm going to do? Get a pool.
Yeah. Everyone got a pool last year. And then apparently that whatever chemical plant in Louisiana provides like most of the chlorine. Imagine that.
I love that.
Imagine that there's one place in the country.
Yeah, but that's like how shit happens around
Yeah.
here. It's like, oh, there's really only one place that makes this thing.
Yeah.
Anyone ever think like what would happen maybe if that one place they didn't exist?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking dumb fucks.
Yeah. No one ever has a plan for that shit.
just not enough good entrepreneurs.
No. Well, we're
But
not.
like, that's the thing is, like, I didn't even know, like, there was one, like, I didn't even know that there were so few places making chlorine for pools that, like, that was even, like, an issue.
Yeah.
Like, I'm too stupid to find opportunity.
Yeah. That's a good point. But also, that's very obscure.
I know, but there's, like, there's got to be other things,
I'm going to
too.
go into the chlorine business.
True.
Yeah. You know, like, you'd be a lot more drawn towards, like, I'm going to go into the pool business or, like, the pool cleaning service. You know what I mean? Like, you would do something more directed towards pools. It would take, like, a high-level person to be like, you know what? Fuck the pool business. I'm going to do the chlorine business.
Well, it's like the guy do with, like, the pool liners.
Yeah.
Can't have a pool without the liners. Can't have a pool without the chlorine. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what else is out there?
Yeah, it's like random shit that like you wouldn't even think of. I don't even know. I can't think of it because
I'm, again, not smart enough.
yeah, it's like
I lack
random
a certain
shit.
level of intelligence.
Well, it's like the whole thing with chips and not the potato chips, like computer chips. There's a massive shortage of computer chips in the last like 6 months because everything was shut down during COVID. So now the trickle down effect is now cars are fucked. So GM and Ford had a massive production halt because they ran out of the chips that they put in the cars. So that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you just drive a car and you don't think that there's a computer inside of your car that needs
And there's
things.
this one integral part.
Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, no, we got like maybe 3 companies in the country that covers that. We're good. And it's like, well, except we're not.
Nope. No, you're not.
Because now 2 massive U.S. car companies aren't making car where they weren't. They might have restarted production because this was
gotta
a
imagine
little
by
while
now.
ago. I think this was like 2 months ago. But yeah, no, it's a real thing. There were computer chip shortages. So it's like, what the fuck? The same things that are in your phone, in this laptop, are in our fucking cars.
Gotta go old school. No chips.
Yeah, crank start. Get out there, fucking cranking the engine block. Or plug in your diesel so it doesn't freeze.
Then all the old guys will be fucking ecstatic that they can work on their cars again.
Yeah, that's like a big thing. Like old disgruntled mechanics are like, fuck this stupid fucking new car bullshit. Like, you gotta be a computer guy to do the work on these new cars. Like, you're not even a real mechanic anymore. And like, I've heard a couple people say that, and I'm like,
The job change, man.
well, there's still a lot of shit in the car that needs to be fixed. Like, maybe like to run a diagnostic test, like you have to like plug the car into a laptop and like run it that way. But like, that diagnostic test is going to tell you what's wrong. You still have to go fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the car, the oil still needs to be changed. The tires still need to be rotated. Like,
Yeah, if the exhaust pipe is fucked, like, it needs to be fixed.
belts need to be fixed. Whatever kind of fluids, whether it's like transmission or fucking, brake fluid, like things need to be flushed and replaced. And
I don't think a computer fixes.
yeah, no,
routers.
computer's not going to do that. So like, yes, in a way, like, you do need to know computers now to be a mechanic for a new car, for new cars, but it's not like you need to work at MIT. You just need to know how to fucking plug something in and like read a computer and type a couple buttons. Like, you don't be a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, you're asking for a little too much, I think.
Yeah. Oh, did I tell you my car fucking died again last week? That was a whole. That's why I texted you the other day about
the car.
about the car when your lease was up. So I got this whole fucking thing. If you've been listening long enough, you know what's been going on. So my whole fucking thing with the car, we last weekend, I think it was. I don't know. We'll call it last weekend. We had to go dog sit for Amy's sister. So their driveway is on a pretty steep incline. So I don't know if this had anything to do with it, but I'm saying it is because I'm an idiot. And again, I'm not a mechanic, nor did I go to MIT. So I'm striking out on both of those. So I parked the car in there because we had recorded last week, and then I met Amy over there. Amy had left to go over there already. So it was last weekend. It was last Saturday. So I parked my car in the driveway. Again, steep incline. So, throw the parking brake. I always put my parking brake on anyway. It's just a habit. Back like when I had an old car that had the fucking manual handbrake, I always just put it on. I don't know why. I just put it on. And so I go about my day. Well, I wake up Sunday morning and I'm like, I'll go get coffee. They live down the street from a coffee connection in Rhode Island. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go out and I open the door to the car and I sit in the car. There's no lights turn on. And I go, this isn't good. So I'm like, all right, fuck. So I'm like, what's going on? Maybe, do I have the key? Did I forget? I forgot the key inside. And I look in my pocket. No, I got the key in my pocket. Shit. So I'm like, all right, let me just hit the button a couple times. I open the door, shut the door. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I go back inside. And then, before I go in, I try and hit like the unlock button. No dice. Nothing. Like just nothing. Like, fuck. So I go inside. And Amy's like, what are you doing? And I go, I got to take your car. Where are your keys? She goes, why? What's wrong? And I go, car's not starting again. So she gets pissed. And I'm like, it's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I just want coffee. And I'll be back in like 5 minutes. So I take her car. I go get the coffee. I come back. So then I go back outside. And I pop the hood. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on under here, man. Like, I'm just looking at fucking stuff. Like, you could tell me it's like loonies and toonies under there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's a floop-de-leap and a skibbity-bop, and you have to you gotta slap the slapper bag and then turn the coin buzzer. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's exactly what I did. Yep, yeah. I nailed it. Yeah, it's sure. Yep, did it.
Coin buzzer.
Yep. Yeah. I know the little cap where I have to put in windshield washer fluid when I run out.
Looks like a windshield.
Yep. I know the thing where oil goes.
It looks like oil.
It says the oil can on it. And I know what the engine block is because it's the big thing right there that makes the loud noise.
Battery. We know batteries.
I know the battery. Yeah. And outside of that,
there's a little rod to keep the hood up unless yours is hydraulic.
I'm hydraulic, yeah.
You fancy motherfucker.
Yeah, well, except the car doesn't turn on. So not that fancy.
Foot on the brake.
Yep.
Push the button. Nothing.
So I'm like, I don't fucking know. So I'm looking under here and I'm like, ooh, that's a wire and it looks clean. So it's like, all right, because everything on my car is old. I got 115,000 miles on my car. It's not old. It's 4 years old. I bought it in 2017. So, but it's got 115,000 miles. I obviously drive a lot. So everything is covered in fucking dust and like shit under the hood, whether it's carbon. I don't know. I don't clean under my fucking hood. Why would I? It's not a show car.
Ooh, maybe you should.
Maybe I should. But I see this wire that looks clean, a lot cleaner than everything else that's under there. So I go, that's got to be the wires for the remote start. So I start playing around and like pulling, tugging, pushing,
has to have gone well.
flicking. I'm flicking the floopy loop, and I'm pushing the coin buzzer, and I'm moving around all the wires.
Did you find the clitoris?
Yeah, no, still haven't found that. So then I go to the battery and I just start shifting the battery and I hear a pop and I go, whoa, I don't know what that was. So I get in the car and the lights on. The lights turn on and I go, fuck, this is awesome. So
foot on the brake.
As usual, foot on the brake, light turns green, push the button and
nothing.
Silence. Car turns off and all the lights go off. So I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, this sucks. So now I'm like, almost resigned myself to the fact that I have to get it towed. And they live in a nice little neighborhood. It's off of a main road, but it's like secluded.
Yeah.
So I'm like, great. it's a fucking Sunday morning and I'm going to wake everybody up with a massive fucking tow truck coming through here. Then I was like, we got to wait anyway because the place I was going to take it to doesn't open till 10. The place that installed the remote starter doesn't open until 10 o'clock. So I was like, this is fucking stupid, whatever. And then finally I get sick of sitting inside. And I'm like, you know what, fuck this. I'm going back outside. Because what the thought that went through my head was, I'm fucked because the parking brake is on. So even if by some like crazy stretch of the imagination, we can get a tow truck here and I can get it in neutral and get it out of park because the shifter is locked when the car is off. Like you can't shift the car when the car is off. So I go, even if by some stretch we could pull that off, the parking brake is on. So those wheels ain't moving. So I'm like, Jesus fuck, like what the fuck are we, like, what are we doing here? So I go out, so I start fucking with wires again and like, I'm like punching the fucking battery at this point. I'm like, you fucking bitch, like you fucking just work, come on. And I get back in the car and the lights turn on. So I put my foot on the brake, but I didn't push the button. And all I did was turn the parking brake because it's an electronic parking brake. It's just a switch. So I got the parking brake off and I go, that's all I care about. I go, I don't like now if I have to get towed, like I'm not going to freak out that they're going to have to fucking cut a brake line or something. You know what I mean? Like how do you get
flatbed it?
Yeah. Like how do you get around a fucking the parking brake being, I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a fucking tow truck driver either. Like, I don't know. So I got that done. Yeah, fuck it. Just fucking take all 4 tires off.
Put furniture movers underneath it.
Yeah.
Put it on skid so it slides.
Hit it like a fucking NASCAR pit stop. Just zip out all the tires. So then I'm like, all right, well, I got this thing going. What are we doing? And then Amy comes outside. So I'm like, well, I can get the lights to turn on. The car won't start, but like maybe it's because it's on a hill. Like again, it's a pretty steep incline. So I say, watch out. I go, stand off the side of the driveway. So I got the fucking car. It's in like the lights are on. The light's green. I'm not going to push the button because that just kills the car. So the lights are on. I toss my foot on the brake and I shift it into neutral. And then the car starts flipping the fuck out. Like it starts like beeping, like the warning, like hazard, fucking whatever. And I'm like, all right, well, it's in neutral, so I'm just gonna take my foot off the brake, and then it starts rolling backwards. And the fun thing about cars when they're not turned on,
brake don't work,
is the brakes aren't awesome. Yes, and also you don't have power steering. That only works when the car's turned on.
True.
So I'm going down this fucking incline, trying to fucking crank my wheel so I can like turn it and I don't drive across the street onto the neighbor's fucking lawn. And I'm like jamming on the brake and nothing is happening. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm going to take out the neighbor's fucking mailbox. So,
at best.
Yes, at best.
If not ending up in their living room.
So I finally get the car to like stop and I turn the wheel back and then I'm like, all right, like I'm just gonna fucking push it. So I'm pushing it from the driver's side and Amy pushes it from the back and we get it off like on the side of the road on the grass, like in front of their house. And I'm like, all right, well, this is where it's gonna be towed from. And I fucking crank the shifter back into park and I'm like, God knows how fucking sad my transmission is right now.
I think transmission's like when you do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's good for it. It's real good for it. So I get it back in park and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, whatever. The fucking tow truck's gonna come and deal with it. Before I get out of the car, I'm like, what the fuck?
Foot on the brake.
Foot on the brake. Lights green. Hit the button. And I'm like, what the fuck? Holy shit, the car is on. And I look at Amy and I go, I'm driving to the dealership. I don't care. She goes, do not turn this car off.
Don't shut it off.
She goes, do not turn the car off until you get there. And I go, yep. So I drove it right to the Subaru where I bought it, where I take it to get everything done. And it made it there. No problems. I pull it in the parking lot. I walk in. I explain to the service person what's going on. They're like, okay, I don't really understand, but like, all right, whatever. Like, they're like kind of just like humoring me. They just think I'm fucking stupid. I'm assuming they're like, this doesn't make any sense what you're saying. And I go, no, trust me. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I got this remote start installed like a while ago and it's fucked up my car since. So like, you tell me if I need to go get it removed, because I'll just, if you guys can't do it, I'll just drive it to the place and have them uninstall it. Like, we'll just take care of this. And they were like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I go outside and I'm sitting outside waiting for Amy to come pick me up. And the lady walks out from the service desk and she sits in the car and she tries to turn it on and it's not turning on. So I walk over and I go, now do you get what I was saying? And she goes, yeah. But she turns and goes, this is exactly what you want to happen. She goes, you wanted this to be the problem here, so now we can look at it and diagnose it and take care of it.
True.
So I was like, yep, fuck it. I don't care. I'm here. You guys tell me what's going on, whatever. So then she goes inside. Then eventually I see the guys from the back walk out. And there's another guy that tries to start it and it's not starting. So he's like, all right, cool. He goes and gets like the starter pack thing and hooks it up to the thing, lets it sit for a little while. And then it turns on. So it turns on for him via like the starter pack thing that they have. And so I get the phone call later and it turns out that there was a faulty connection on the battery. So it's back this way up to the previous episode when I installed the battery myself.
Yeah.
And I went into the guy at AutoZone and was like, hey man, do you want to just double check my work for me? Cause like, I'm not a mechanic.
And he said, did the car turn on?
Yep. And I go, yeah. And he goes, you
You're
did
good.
it right. And I was like, all right, man. Sure. Thanks.
Well, that was like 2 months ago, right?
Yeah.
You did it right for 2 months.
Yeah, I did it right for 2 months. So I don't know if the hill had it, like the angle of the hill, like changed the way the connection of the thing was, but they fucking cleaned the whole battery because the battery had already started to corrode again, probably because it was a faulty connection. So it was like, you know what I mean? It was fucking it up, not being connected the right way. So like we cleaned off the whole battery, we scrubbed off everything. We did all that. And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, like, you know, I noticed like the idles sounds a little funny. Like, so I looked at the whatever the fuck it's called, the Fliegenfloop, and they were like, yeah, it's filled with a lot of carbon. So we recommend like cleaning out all the carbon and resetting it, and it'll help the car when it's idling. And I was like, yeah, I mean, to be honest, like I did notice something recently that like the car is a little weird when it's idling, and I just chalked it up to the fucking battery thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, my car's fucked up. It's retarded now.
Yeah.
It's a Frankenstein car.
Dumb car, Mary.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, we'll just take care of that. And then they told me something else they want to do. And now like I'm like, all right, I see what you guys are doing.
Are you just seeing
here.
dollar signs?
And I'm like, cha-ching. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like they're going to tell me there's going to be like $1,500. So I asked the lady and I go, how much is this all going to run me? And she goes, well, let me see this and the Fliegenfloop replacer and the carbon thing and the idle and this other thing. And then, you know, you're really close to an oil change, so we can do that too. That's only $67. You're looking at about like $320. And I was like, yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go right ahead. Yep.
Yeah. Before they can change their mind. Wait, you said yeah to that?
Yeah.
We meant 480. Still yes. Oh shit. I hate to do this.
Yeah.
It's really 750.
Yeah. Don't care. That's still 50% of what I thought I was going to have to fucking dish out. So it only ended up being like $300. But then they came back and said there's this other fucking gasket thing that needs to be like resealed. It's not leaking, but it's like on the way. And I was like, well, how much is that going to cost? And they were like, well, that's going to be about $2,700. So I was like, well, I'm not doing that. So sorry.
Yeah, no.
But they were like, apparently it has something to do with like where the oil is stored in the engine. And they were like, yeah, just keep an eye on your oil levels. You know, always get your oil change on time. And, You know, like they were like, it's not leaking, but like the seal isn't, you know, brand new anymore. Like it's going to have to be replaced eventually. And I was like, all right. So then the wheels start turning in my head and I'm like, well, this is going to cost me $3,000. I have 115,000 miles on the car. I mean, the value of this thing is at its peak right now. The most I am ever going to get for this car is right now. I am going to get less at any point in every day that I wait. The value of this car goes down, which is typical for every car in general.
Quite literally every car.
But like, it's a 2017, so it's like, to most people, it's brand new. But it's got 115,000 miles on it. So it's like, and I know it's a Subaru and it'll run fucking forever as long as you take care of it. But like, do I want to sink $3,000?
Yeah, I would say taking care of it includes $3,000.
Right. And it's like, you know, that's why I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll go lease a Tacoma because I have the work van now. Like I have a work car that I use Monday through Friday. So the amount of miles that I put on my car is like almost nothing at this point.
That is true.
So I was like, maybe I could lease like a Tacoma. Is like, as long as I can keep the payments under like $300 a month.
Yeah, it's funny. Tacomas get dumb expensive.
Yeah. But I'm also thinking that like, you know, my car should be able to get at least $12,000 as like a trade.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah, I forgot about that.
You know what I mean? Because it is new. Like, despite it having high mileage, it's all highway. Like, it actually is all highway. But it's only 4 years old.
Imagine 115,000 miles of fucking back roads.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The car would have to be like 30 years old.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, it's never seen the highway for a day.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Where do you go?
Yeah. You must live in the backwoods of fucking West Virginia.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was kicking that around. Obviously, it's another fucking expense, and it's like monthly expenses that I don't need when I finally am like shedding stuff. But like I said, if I can keep it under $300 a month, I can afford it. No problem.
Yeah, you should be able to with a trade.
Yeah.
But
Because that's the thing. Even if a Tacoma is, you know, 35, well, let's call this even. Let's use even numbers here. Let's say it's 37. So if a Tacoma runs 37,000 and I get 12 for the trade, well, now I only have to deal with 25 on the lease. You know what I mean? $25,000 that I would either finance or lease. Obviously, financing is way more expensive, but
it might not be with 12 down though. I don't know. It gets weird with leases, dude.
Yeah.
The other thing too is, even though we know the person,
yeah,
make sure you get a price without the trade.
yeah,
What's it cost?
yeah,
And if he comes back and he's like, all right, it's this. And be like, oh shit, my bad, dude. I've got a trade. What is it with the trade?
yeah, yeah,
I mean, you might need to see the car, but probably not.
yeah. And it's one of those two where I've thought about like you lease it for the 3 years and then opt to buy it out after.
Don't buy it. Because if you...
Well, you have to look at the contract that you sign and the agreed upon price in the three, because what they fuck you on the lease to purchase after the lease is they hit you for the, I knew this at one point in time, fucking cold, but I think it's something along the lines of like, when you sign the contract at the beginning of the lease, they already lock you into a purchase price, and they lock you into the purchase price of something that's like a time of now sort of thing. So they're just like, oh, well, today the car is worth $20,000 and you're leasing it for 3 years. So when you purchase it from us in 3 years, if that's the route you want to go, you're going to have to purchase and finance, 16.5. And it's like, whoa. You can go fuck yourself, because this car isn't going to be worth, like, you have to agree, the agreed upon buyout price at the end of the lease is done when you sign the lease. And a lot of people don't know that, or they just kind of blow past it.
Yeah, because typically it's just math.
Yeah.
So if a Tacoma right now is worth, I tried to look it up, but they always want you to like put in your email and shit. I'm not doing that.
I would assume it's somewhere between 35 and 40, because trucks are a little more expensive.
We're gonna go $34,000.
Yeah.
So 34, your trade is 12, and if you put 3,600 a year, 72, $11,000. So you would, if in a 3-year lease, you would pay $11,000 towards the 34 minus your 12 of the trade in.
Right.
That's 23. So you would have to pay
I would have to finance $11,000.
$11,000 at the end.
Right. But they're not going to do that because they want more. They make their money on other shit. You know what I mean?
So, no. So in that case, I forgot because you have the trade, it fucks everything up. Let's take my car, for example.
Yeah.
Say I want to buy my car and I've got, I don't even know what it costs. Say it costs 20 grand.
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking cheap as hell.
I like even numbers too. Let's go with 20 grand.
So if I pay 7,000 into it over a 3-year span,
right,
they're going to try to charge me $13,000 for that car.
Right.
Because it's just math.
Right.
The cost of what it costs when you bought it minus what you've put into it.
Right.
So to buy it outright, it would cost that. Now, I don't know what the going rate is on a 2019 Corolla in 2022.
Right.
I don't know what it's going to cost. It might be 13, might be 10. Usually, that's why you don't buy your lease. Mm-hmm. Because if you put, let's take the Tacoma and you don't have your trade anymore. So your Tacoma, you put 11 into it. It was 34. It's 23,000 now.
Right.
For a used Tacoma. You just got to find out if that matches up to what it is. But people like lease fucking Audis.
Yeah.
And it's like, at the end of it, you owe 35 for a used Audi. It's like, why?
Yeah. Yeah, that's dumb.
Why the fuck would you do that? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Like I said, though, too, you have to, you agree upon the purchase price at the time of the contract.
Yeah,
signing.
so I will say, now this is more car negotiations. If someone can hook you up with a deal on a lease, you don't also get to negotiate the price of the car. Like,
yeah.
Because usually it has to be written a certain way. Like,
right.
So this is the thing is, like, if you want your monthly payments to be as low as possible because someone's going to do you a favor, and they go, oh, well, why does the car say it's worth 25? It's really only like an $18,000 car. It's like, yeah, well, this is what we got to do to make the math work.
Right.
Like, well, I want that 25 to be down. It's like, yeah, the deal's off then.
Right.
Like when people do you favors.
Right.
Yeah, it's I've heard, and it's funny because I've leased 3 cars, and I didn't understand why some people say negotiate the price of the car first. Like, what's the price of the car? And then back in and say you want to lease it. I'm like, why? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Just tell them you're going to lease it and you want to lease it for this price.
Yeah.
If they don't want to do it, you fucking go on to the next one.
Right.
But that's implying that you're going to buy it out after.
Right.
Which generally you don't do.
Yeah.
Generally.
Because
usually, and that's the thing. Usually it's just cheaper. Like, say you lease a Tacoma, you would be leasing a 2022 Tacoma, 3 years, so 2025. In 2025, to buy a used Tacoma, it's usually cheaper to buy it used. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But cars are fucking annoying, man.
Cars are so fucking stupid. They're so stupid.
That's why I wish it was just like flush with cash, where I could fucking I could walk into a dealership, know that I'm gonna get fucked.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't matter because I was
care.
rich.
Yeah. Because the other thing too is like, I've talked to a couple people and they're like, yeah, but like you don't have a car payment, and it's like, yeah, I know, but like that's not the problem, because eventually I'm gonna have to spend that $3,000 to fix that part of the car. And
well, I mean, yeah.
And who knows what else is gonna happen. And that's the thing too. Again, Subaru, yeah, it's Japanese. It'll run fucking forever. I'll get 300,000 miles out of the engine. There are other parts of the car that aren't the engine.
Yeah.
That can fail. So
yeah, it's so right,
and that cost a lot of money.
Right then and there, $3,000 on the year is a $250 monthly payment.
Yeah, I've never paid
remotely close to that for a
I'm
car
also
lease.
over the warranty. So when I purchased the car, I was using it for work, which is why I have 115,000 miles. But I paid the extra for the extended 100,000 mile warranty in case anything happened on the car. Well, now the car is no longer under warranty. So if anything did happen to the car at this point,
Yeah, you're putting more into
I'm
it.
fucked, you know? So if a computer chip does not work, the warranty doesn't cover that. Like the warranty, there is no warranty anymore at this point, like I said. So that also is a factor as well. Because like I said, yeah, the engine will get 300,000 miles, but what's that fucking computer chip going to get? Because, you know, the engine seal thing to the oil flieger flopper is almost not a seal anymore. And it's almost leaking. So I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Cars suck. Cars are the fucking worst.
Yep, sure do.
Yeah. Because you're going to pay for it anyway at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, even if you buy a car outright, whether you have enough money to purchase it in cash up front, it's like new, or you buy a used car and not end up with a car payment, you're still going to end up spending money on that car. Whether, like I said, whether you need new tires or, you know, you fucking hit a rock and it cracks your windshield, or the rock kicks up under the engine and breaks your fucking fan belt. You know what I mean? Like, this shit happens all the time. I've had 4 fucking windshields replaced on my car because I hit rocks on the highway all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so you end up spending money on it one way or another. So all those are like, oh yeah, but you know, you don't want to have a car payment. It's like, yeah, well, you know, you don't have that car payment, but like you just said, that $3,000 that you spent on that.
That's more than a car payment right there.
Exactly.
$250 a month.
Yeah. So I've always been the type of person where I would rather pay the extra money just for the peace of mind and to not have a headache. Like if something cost like, you know, fucking $3,000, but I had to like jump through a bunch of hoops and like it was going to be a really fucking headache, or I could spend like $5,000 or $6,000 on the exact same thing, but like I'll have it tomorrow, or like whatever I'm buying is like a very easy process. Like, oh yeah, all you have to do is just click transfer funds. I'd be like, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm paying the extra $2,000 to not have to deal with bullshit. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's usually never worth saving the money.
Because so this is one of my favorite things that Ross Patterson says this all the time on Drinking Bros. And he goes, the only thing that is like, well, I forget how he says it. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but he says like, the only thing you can't get back, or the only thing that's invaluable, you can't put a price on in this life, is time. He goes, time is the most valuable fucking thing that you have. And you don't want to waste your fucking time dealing with some dickhead on the phone on an argument over like something. So that's how I look at things too, where it's like, my time is valuable. Like, I can spend a week trying to figure out and haggle something, or I can just get it done in a day and pay a little bit extra, and I don't care.
Well, that's why sometimes I'm even just willing, like, even if it's not the best deal, I'm willing to just, if someone will shoot me straight.
Yeah.
Like even a car, like a dealership. If I call and it's like, all right, well, it's gonna be $200 a month. I'm like, all right, well, I've never paid that much for a lease.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I come and sign today, will it be fucking zero cash and $200 a month? Yeah, if you come right now, you can leave with a car on fucking Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I don't feel like calling anybody else. All right, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, I'm always willing to pay a little extra for a better service and or less of a headache.
Yeah, it's just gotta be something I want.
Yeah.
I don't want anything. I hate buying shit.
I'm in the process of gathering things for a home gym.
You can actually buy shit again.
Yeah, I got the floor. I got all the flooring. I got a squat rack on the way. I already have a barbell. I just bought weights. They'll be here next Thursday. A set of weights, like 250 or 260 pounds worth of shit, like plates. What else I got? A bunch of kettlebells. Keeping my eyes open for dumbbells here and there. So I got a spin bike already. Got a bench already too. I thought about getting a rower, But then, I bought some slam balls. Those are fun. I bought a 10-pound slam ball and a 20-pound. Yeah, I have a nice little fucking outfit going in the basement when it's all done.
Working out sucks. Only because it's my job.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's nice when it's in your house.
Yeah, I probably would be. I'd be more open to it. I think. I know what. I'm never home now.
Yeah,
I'm never home.
Because I was talking to Bill about this. Shout out to Bill, friend of the show. I don't know. We talked last week maybe.
I'm talking to him right now.
Oh, hey, that's cool. Hi, Bill. This is weird.
He can't hear you through text message.
But he might listen to this episode and hear that you're currently
I'm literally texting him right now.
Yeah. And he was even saying too, he made a really good point, and he goes, in the next couple of years, you get to the point where it's like, you get all this shit going on, you got to go to work, you got to do this. And he goes, God forbid if you have a child, like if there's a child in the house, how the fuck are you supposed to get out and go to the gym for like an hour and a half? Whereas, I go, yeah, because you can put the child in the fucking crib and bring the baby monitor with you in the basement and work out in the basement while the monitor is, you know what I mean? So the worst thing that happens is you're 2 flights of stairs away. So I was like, that home gym just makes way more sense.
No, I've always said it. I don't
have to deal with stupid fucking people at the gym either.
I would be much more productive with a home gym.
Yeah.
There's too much that happens at work.
Yeah. Yeah, when you work at a gym, that's...
Yeah. I also don't care. Like, that's the thing is, like, I don't care enough.
Yeah.
I really, really don't care enough.
Yeah.
And then it's like I'm at work, and I'm like, all I want to do is just not fucking be here right now.
Yeah.
Ugh. And then it's like... People are there. People call, email.
Yeah, it's like, just leave me alone.
I'd be way more. If I had 3 kettlebells, heavy, medium, light, and a hex bar with plates, I would be about 1,000,000 times more productive than I am with an entire gym.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
And then I would have to bench press at work. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
I could do that. It's upper body. That's fucking nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I could bench press. I can bench press here once I get my full setup. You could do that. I got a barbell. I bought bumpers just because they obviously do way more. You can deadlift and also squat and fucking bench with them.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
But my squat rack has, I just bought the ones with the fucking thingy guys, like the J hooks and all that shit. So I can bench off of it. You can still do that if you had the right setup.
Yeah. But I'm saying if I had 3 kettlebells and a trap and a hex bar, there's no bench. I'll bench the hex bar.
Yeah, there you go. You fucking neutral grip.
Neutral grip floor press it.
Yeah. It's like one of those, what are those stupid fucking things called? With the bench thing with all the different angles for your hands.
Yeah, I just call it the multi-grip bar, but people call it the football bar. Are you people that fucking uneducated that's the name? That's the name you came up with? The football bar?
Yeah, no.
The football bar.
You're a fucking moron. If you call that a football bar, you get the fuck out of my face.
Oh,
you're an absolute moron.
You can use a football bar for that. That is the lead. Football is
what
the
does that have to do with football?
Nothing. It has nothing to do with football.
Yeah.
And actually...
Football players use it because they're idiots and they don't know what they're doing. They're like, oh, this bar is different. Me bench with this because this looked different. Like, no, you're a fucking idiot.
And it's like... If I'm thinking of populations of athletes that should be using the multi-grip bar, the only reason a football player would use it is their folder. If their folder's shit shucked up. If their shoulder's fucked up.
Yeah.
But
my first thing would be baseball. Baseball, yeah.
Baseball and anyone with a history of shoulder issues.
Yep.
That's who would use the multi-grip bar.
Yeah. It has like a real name to it too, but I guess.
Well, but it's also by brand too, because each brand calls it something different.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
So it's like I think Titan just calls it like a multi-grip bar.
Yeah.
Rogue probably calls it like the
football bar,
the universal.
That's where it comes from.
World's greatest bar.
Yeah. That place sucked. I hated it.
Is that a place?
Yeah, the greatest bar. I think it. I think it was the world's greatest bar or just the greatest bar
Never
in
been.
Boston. Yeah, it was dumb.
Sounds dumb.
Yeah, it was very dumb.
Sounds like a place I would hate.
You know what it wasn't? The greatest bar.
Imagine that.
Yeah. All right, you want to wrap this bitch up?
We can wrap this up, but I'm gonna have to filibuster for a second because I gotta pull up. Do you have the sheet up?
Yeah.
Is it Lambosis?
Tim Lambesis.
Tim Lambesis.
Yeah, it's Lamb ESIS.
I got it. So, who Tim Lambesis is? He is, I believe, the lead singer of As I Lay Dying, which is they call it metalcore. I don't think it's metalcore. But they are a metal band out of California. I don't really care where they're from. Just decided, yep, California. So, with him, I was looking up As I Lay Dying because I like that band. And of most bands that I like to listen to of that genre, most of them sell out and get soft. And the music sucks. And then I can't stand to listen to it anymore. As I Lay Dying generally has held true to what they do. Like when they used to release new music, it was always the same. But I noticed a strange gap from 2012 to 2019 in their music. And I'm like, well, that's interesting.
Can't wait for this.
What happened? Like, okay. And I didn't really notice it much. So 2012, I was like, after grad school, whatever. I wasn't just like listening to music. It's just not something I was doing. So I find out that the lead singer, Tam Lambesis, and I'm just going to read from Wikipedia, in August 2012 sends an email to his wife while on tour. He no longer loves her and he engaged in an extramarital affair, no longer believed in God. I don't know. There's some weird fucking thing with this band. Like I don't know if they were trying to go myrrh or frankincense, but like they tried to pretend that they were like Christian, but they aren't Christian and none of their music is Christian. But like
that's weird.
The members of the band pretended they were for like a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucking strange. So it's like, oh, I no longer believe in God. And like, I don't know. Like that detail's thrown in there for like really no reason because it doesn't have anything to do with the story.
Right.
So they divorce and the papers that go through. So Lambesis is obsessed with bodybuilding, spending endless hours, $1,000 on tattoos, distracted while watching the kids, flying to Florida to go fucking fuck whoever. So in 2013, Lambesis is arrested for attempting to hire a hitman to murder his estranged wife.
Oh, boy.
Now.
Yeah, that'll do it.
The way this happens is even better. And this is in like San Diego. So Lambesis approached someone at the gym and asked if he knew anyone who would kill his wife.
Jesus, this is like Pain and Gain.
Lambesis met with the undercover agent posed as a hitman, codenamed Red. Red asked if he wanted his wife of 8 years gone. Said, yes, that's what I want. They gave the undercover agent $1,000. That's it. For expenses, pictures of their wife's address, code to get through the gate, date on which to kill her. He directed the detective he believed to be a hitman to kill his wife while he was with the children so he would have an alibi. And it was going to cost $20,000. So I guess $1,000 was probably just the retainer.
The deposit.
So, I mean, this all happened.
Yeah.
Whatever. So he pleads not guilty. Of course.
Yeah.
So 2013, it's like a year later, he gets convicted. 2014. He pleads guilty, gets sentenced to 6 years. 2014. Yeah, he serves like 2 years.
Yeah.
And they start making music again.
Oh, wow.
Like it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like, what? Oh, that?
Yeah.
No big deal.
No, that's fine. I don't want her dead anymore.
And then it's just like looking at this, I'm like, man, that is just like, it's almost too fake to be fake. Like
Yeah.
it's almost like,
Yeah.
like you just ask someone at the gym randomly.
That is literally Pain and Gain.
What's Pain and Gain?
The movie with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh God.
Did you ever see it?
No.
They like abduct some guy from their gym and like try and extort him for money, and then they do it. I forget whether they were successful or not, but the guy ended up like seeing them or figuring out who they were. So then they tried to kill him, but they're dumbass meatheads. So they didn't actually kill him. They tried like 3 times to kill him and didn't kill him. And then they obviously ended up getting arrested and all that bullshit. But
So this has nothing to do with that, I'm sorry, it has a lot to do with what I just said, but not exactly, because the story's over. Like, he went to jail for it.
yeah.
So I guess in 2016, he tried to sue Southern California for denying his request for anastrozole.
Oh, an Astrazole.
Anastrozole.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to help you when you are off steroids.
Potentially, yeah.
Or is this like a Suboxone idea? Like,
It could be, yeah.
oh, I'm a heroin addict, so I'm clean now. I just do Suboxone every day.
Yeah, I'm 17 years clean. I've been going to the fucking clinic every day.
So I require Suboxone to live, or to get through, because I know you can't die.
Yeah.
So I guess, anastrozole. So he sued, alleging that he developed breasts and underwent severe emotional distress, requesting $35 million. And I think they're just gonna go, nah, you can fuck off.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. That's fucking insane.
Yeah. So as I lay dying,
All right.
who would have guessed?
Well, they're back.
Well,
Is he back on the sauce?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, who does he have to impress?
That's true.
Guy went to jail for trying to kill his wife. Which, now here's another thing. He got remarried.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
would watch out if I
would
was
be
that one.
very careful.
Tread cautiously.
Yeah. Do you think that like comes up on like the first date? Well, not the first date, but like, do you think that just like comes up in like the dating process?
Hi, my name's Tim, and I'm a convicted fucking murder solicitor.
Yeah. Hey, so like, I have to be honest with you. Like, I've been to jail before, and you know, the inevitable follow-up question. Oh, what did you do? Which, by the way, you should never ask. Never, ever, ever fucking ask anybody why they went to jail. Like, that's just common sense. And maybe it's just, well, maybe it is for me.
I've never met anyone who's been to jail.
In the field of like work.
You know what? I've met one person
where I am
that we both know.
Yeah.
And like, he'll tell you everything.
Yeah, he will. It's the same guy I'm thinking of, then yes. But, you know, it's one of those things where like, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm sure you didn't do it. You know, like, it's one of those, like, you just brush it off and you go. You never, ever ask the person why they went to jail, because what good is going to come from that? What is going to happen?
I mean,
like, what are they going to tell you? They fucking murdered someone, and now what are you supposed to do? Or like, you went to jail for like fucking rape. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't want to know. You don't want to know. Just don't ask. But there are so many dumb people that ask all the time. Like, oh yeah, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I've been to jail. All right, cool, man, no problem. I'm sure, you know, like, the question I would ask would be, how long have you been out? Because that, for me, typically, like I said, I'm a little bit influenced by like my job, but that would typically tell me how far removed they are from anything. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's like, oh, hey man, like, I've been in jail before, and I'm like, oh, like, you know, how long ago did you get out? And if they're like 6 months, I'm just going to assume they're still doing dumb shit. But if they're like, it was like 17 years ago, and I'll be like, all right, man, well, you know, shit happens.
I think if you're going to date this person, though.
Yeah. If you're dating,
you have to ask. Like, if I'm on the golf course and someone's like, oh, well, I was incarcerated for like 7 years.
You can pretty much figure out what they did if they tell you how long they were in jail, too.
I don't know, dude. So, truthfully, because I'm retarded, like, what would 7 years be?
I mean, it could be
insurance fraud.
Yeah. Well, you could probably tell that by the way the person looks. If they have if they have 0 tattoos and they have like a comb over, but they said they went to jail, you know, it was white collar crime.
So, obviously, I searched this guy to to get it to his Wikipedia. There's a headline from December. As I lay dying, singer Tim Lambesis is hospitalized after setting himself on fire.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's awesome. With setting himself on fire with his sick beats.
Like, what a fucking meathead.
Jesus Christ. He is literally
25% of his body.
Yeah. Yep. All 4 of his limbs are wrapped.
Oh, yeah. Gas got all over my clothes and ended up burning 25% of my body.
Jesus Christ. What were you doing with gas by a fire, dude?
Gas cap fell off, dude.
Jesus.
He was trying to start a bonfire. And I think he succeeded.
Yeah, I know. I would say he definitely started a fire. Probably not where he wanted it to be, but...
Fucking A.
Yeah. All right. My final thought is... We fucking missed out. Where I missed out. I just saw the other day. I gotta Google this so I can get the actual numbers. So, Crocs. Everyone knows. If you know me, you know I'm a big Crocs guy. I've owned Crocs, I don't know, probably since 2014. I've had the same pair. My same pair of Crocs. I love them. They're super comfortable. People used to make fun of me all the time. Shout out to Derek. Him and I had Crocs. We were early adopters in the Croc world. I'm pretty sure he had them before me.
More like Croc as shit.
They're super comfortable. I say anyone that makes fun of them has never worn a pair. So I, being as big of a fan of Crocs as I have been forever, am ashamed of myself because I did not know that the company was public. The thought never crossed my mind. But what happened the other day that was big enough to make the news? Well, from Yahoo Finance, Crocs Inc. shares were up double digits in Tuesday pre-market trading following the release of a blowout first quarter report and raised guidance from the clog maker. Revenues spiked almost 64% to $460 million in the last year. So it's, people are home because of COVID, so they probably want to be comfy and they buy Crocs. And I did not think of that. Do you want to know what one share of Crocs stock costs
Right now?
right now?
$130.
$100.12. Do you want to know what one share of Crocs stock cost in 2016?
$30.
$9.08.
Yeah, see, you should have had the fucking foresight.
So I bought these fucking things in 2014. In 5 years ago, it was less than $10 a share, and now it's up to $100 a share.
Yeah, but now like the kids are buying them and they put shit in the holes and it's like a thing. And
People have always done that.
I don't fucking know.
You put the pins in the fucking holes.
It's just like,
But man, you want to talk about a missed opportunity? What a fucking moron.
you're just it's not even like the money. You missed the opportunity to say that I invested in Crocs because I suck and fuck you. That's what you wanted to do.
I invested money in Crocs and I made a fuck ton of money. So
that's
you can go fuck yourself.
That's why you missed out. It's not the missed money. It's the ability to say,
it's the conversation.
I made money on Crocs and you're going to tell me how stupid they look.
Yeah.
In which case I would say yes. Yes, I will. And even if I'm in the minority, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Crocs are dumb. Also, though, I don't know. I'm like a guy where it's like I like sneakers. Any other type of footwear is bullshit. In golf shoes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously.
Which are basically just sneakers with soft spikes.
Yes.
That's really all they are.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like I hate boat shoes. I hate like fucking any type of fucking sandal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if I'm at the beach for my own convenience, I'll wear like Adidas fucking flip flops or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But I don't know how people wear fucking like sandals out in public or like those like thong sandal things. I'm like, what?
Oh, I hate those.
Fuck.
The little thingy that goes between your big toe and the next
Yeah,
next
and it's
toe.
like people will like go out into the world like that.
Those suck. They
Or, like-
always fucking chafe the little webbing in your toes. It fucking hurts.
Well, I've never
It's
worn
stupid.
them, so
I hate them. They deserve to be burned.
I'm just like I couldn't even just like walk out the door. Like boat shoes too. That's another one. It's like. So you're like, whoa, well, what are you supposed to wear when you wear something nice? Like, if I can't wear fucking sneakers, then I don't belong. If I don't need to, if dress shoes are too much and sneakers are too little, I don't deserve to be whatever situation that is.
Right.
Because I'll wear dress shoes.
I'm gonna stay home.
Yeah, I need to stay home. It's like, oh, well, you can't just wear sneakers. It's like, well, then I don't belong.
Right.
I don't. I'm too much of a piece of shit to go.
Yeah.
Like. I'm wearing sneakers, or I'm not going.
Right.
But if it's a wedding, I'll wear dress shoes. There's no way around that.
Right.
Because that's the the protocol here. Or from,
Yeah.
At a
But if you're
funeral.
going out doing like some other random event, and it's like, well, you can't wear sneakers. Like, all right, well, I'll just wear dress shoes. Well, I mean, dress shoes is
it's
a little
like,
much.
It's like, oh, I have to wear. It's like, oh, I didn't know I had to wear a shirt and tie. It's like, well, no, you don't. Like,
Yeah.
well, what do you mean I can't wear sneakers?
Yeah.
It's like someone died, right?
Yeah.
It's like, no one died. And I was like, well, then I'm wearing sneakers.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you kind of got to dress up. No, I don't.
Yeah. Nope. I'm good.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like one of those things. And then there's like those like hiking boot things, but like that I don't.
Yeah.
People just look like such assholes all the time. I wish everyone could look as good as I do all the time.
That's what everyone should strive for in life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so right about fashion all the time.
Yes. I mean, you're really a fashion. What would you be? A connoisseur or entrepreneur?
Huge
Like, what would you
douchebag.
be?
I usually go
yeah.
by huge douchebag.
Yeah. And that checks out.
That's typically what I will do. I'm missing my little name slot today. I was dumb fuck on the last podcast.
Oh, yeah. I know. I could probably edit that in somewhere, maybe. That's a lot of work. I don't want to do that.
Nah, don't do that. It's not worth it.
Nope, not going to do it.
Because we'll probably have to Zoom another one. So
Yeah. Yeah, those are, I mean, the cool thing about the Zoom, too, is, we end up getting some guests in maybe, too. Like,
Yeah.
I might just, like, start, like, reaching out to, like, random fucking people, being like, hey, do you want to come on my podcast? like a stupid fucking moron. Like,
Do you want to
hey,
develop
do you
my
want to
app?
do you want to do my podcast?
Do you want to develop my app?
Yeah. Whatever you do not help him develop his app. But yeah, no, I thought about that too. There's some like random people that I thought about we could reach out to.
No, it does.
and be
It
like,
does
"That'd
make
be
it. It
cool."
makes it a lot easier to Zoom people in.
Yeah.
And I mean, out of anybody that would come on here, Nikos is probably the only person who can't Zoom.
True.
Can't or won't, regardless.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think everyone else probably has Zoom capabilities. So, yeah, that'll be cool. Like I said, I'm going to start making a list of people. And I'm just going to be like, hi, do you want to come on my podcast, please? So,
Fuck. I gotta put this on the sheet for next time.
no. All right, well, that's for next time because we are all done for today. So thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure you click subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. You can go to mybookie.com and don't forget to bet. Oh no, when this is Monday's episode. Never mind. I was going to say when you're betting on the Kentucky Derby tomorrow, but the Kentucky Derby is going to be over when this episode comes out. But either way, if you were to bet on the Kentucky Derby, you should use mybookie.com and use a promo code SarcasmPod. That'll match your deposit 50% up to $1,000. So mosey on over there and use our promo code SarcasmPod. You can find us on Instagram at SarcasmSpeaksPod. I know I said I was going to do another tournament and I forgot. I actually, have a job that I've been working lately, so that's
the first mistake.
Yeah, strange turn of events. Work has been busy, so I haven't been able to. I might be able to put one today. I don't know, probably not though. Maybe next week. There's always next week. So yeah, we're on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Oh, by the way, you're all welcome for if you're Patriots fans and you wanted Mac Jones, you're welcome, because we threw the jinx on.
That's the other thing too, is like, so Mitch was like, and I know he got it. He goes, man, if people would just like, or he said it was or he texted me directly. I probably deleted it by now, but basically he just said something like, it's amazing that you two can literally change the universe just by betting on something.
Yeah.
And we can, because we almost guaranteed that Mac Jones would get picked.
Yeah.
And like, you saw it happening too. It's like Chase went 5th to the Bengals. They didn't take their guy. Waddle went early. I forget who he went to.
Miami.
Okay. And then
Devontae Smith went to Philly.
The Eagles traded up to get him.
Yep.
And it's like, oh no, the receivers are gone.
Yeah.
And then you saw Slater go, Sewell went way earlier, and like, oh no, the linemen are gone.
Yeah.
And we have wagers on defense.
Yep.
You knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, they were out, it's like just out of options, and then it was like he fell to them.
Yeah. And then Zaven Collins went the pick after.
Yep.
I think he's going to be a fucking stud. I think he's going to be so nasty.
Yeah, well, of course, I had to do the, oh, what do you think? Oh, what do you think? I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think with him falling to you at 15, I kind of think you had to take him.
Yeah.
And it's like Beetle. So Beetle made a decent point. He goes, I think it's the right pick. Now, the player might not be good. Mm-hmm. It might not work out, but I think it's the right pick.
You have to at least try.
Because you don't have a quarterback. You didn't have one last year. It was a nightmare.
Right. Right.
He goes, the player might be bad, and he might be out of the league in 4 years.
Yeah.
But it's the right pick. And I thought that was a pretty good way to break it down.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't love the player.
No, me neither.
But it's a quarterback. It's a rookie. I mean.
So truthfully, I went to bed after Chicago traded up for Justin Fields. Because so they traded to what, 11?
11.
So Chicago traded to 11 and drafted Fields, and I go, oh shit, we're gonna take Mac Jones.
Yep.
I'm going to bed. So I went to bed. I went to bed.
Oh, he was there.
And I woke up this morning and I looked and I go, oh man, what's it gonna be? And I scrolled down the page and I go, they fucking took Mac Jones.
Well, because you were sitting there and wondering, would the Vikings take a quarterback? And then they traded the pick to the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I don't know. I mean, here's the problem. It's like, I don't love the player, and I'm like, well, what do I know?
Yeah,
nothing.
I think when it's all said and done, Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields are going to be the only good quarterbacks out of this class.
Yeah,
I think Justin Fields is fucking nasty. Obviously, everyone knows Trevor Lawrence is good. It's just going to depend on whether or not he gets hit with Sam Darnold syndrome. You know what I mean? Like, he's really fucking good, but the team he's on blows, and it's not run well.
He might not amount to anything because of the situation he's in. It won't be talent.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, it won't be his fault.
Not my fault.
I sound like the fucking announcers there. Yeah. They were like, Trevor Lawrence only lost 3 games in his whole career. None of those 3 were his fault.
Yep, not my fault.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't see the Jacksonville Jaguars ever becoming a thing.
They don't. He'll probably get them to an AFC title game that they'll lose. They seem to do that every 4 or 5 years, something like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was the same thing with the Colts and Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was really good.
Yeah, but the Colts were really good with Peyton Manning.
But the Colts weren't run well in the Andrew Luck years for whatever reason. And then you saw what happened. They made it to the AFC title game, and then that was it.
Yeah, then eventually he retired. But
yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that book really officially closed the way it needed to, but it also didn't go the way that it needed to as well.
No.
They should have been better.
Yeah.
But looking at the team last year, they were pretty fucking good. If they had a real quarterback, not Phillip Rivers on his last legs.
Right. Yeah, they have Carson Wentz now.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, sick.
Have fun.
enjoy. Although he's back with Frank Reich. So,
Yep. Have fun.
yeah. What are we doing? We're wrapping this up. What are we on? Twitter. We're on Twitter at sarcasm_speaks. That was like a bonus. That was like a little overtime.
I know.
We went into overtime there. You're welcome. Again. We're on Facebook at Sarcasm Speaks. And so until next time, good night.